Alright, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar by the Lions Den Count. Before I hop into this lesson, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High in the true Hebrew names and in the Hebrew tongue. So, Kal Halayim, Le Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Ha Rakak, Ladashim, Ma'amaf. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder as well, Aharawan. And Shalom to you, brothers and sisters, pushing and keeping this truth and faith and this sincerity into the air. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to let this video play first before I hop into this lesson. It's basically just this Edomite explaining how, slavery is still legal here in America, using slave labor, and going into how for-profit prisons, literally have inmates which are predominantly Jakes, Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans, still picking cotton to this day, man, for 4 cents an hour, which by definition is slave labor, man. And then, how they still picking cotton and other crops in these prisons, man. And this lesson is basically just going into how we are still in our captivity, man. So, like, to this day, man, they still got our people picking cotton, man, picking crops. And on top of that, the Edomites who watched them do these things, watched them and ride around on horseback, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like, just like back in 1619, during the peak days of slavery, man. All right, so I'm going to let this play.
I said it in the comments, but I'm going to say it here too. Slavery never went away. Y'all just didn't read the fine print. Check this out. You can still legally own slaves in America. They just have to convict you of a crime first. They just have to convict you of a crime first.
All right, so this is the 13th Amendment, man. It says, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, Salakia, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction, man. All right, so Esau just playing semantics, man, games with words. Basically, slavery is still legal, man. Slave labor is still legal as long as you commit a crime and you get convicted of that crime, man. All right, so that's, literally Esau being a devil, man, putting loopholes and semantics, man. Still got our people enslaved, man. Freaking picking cotton for 4 cents an hour, man. That's slave labor. That's slavery.
That's Louisiana State Penitentiary right there, also called Angola. It's built on the former Angola plantation. It's named Angola after the home of the majority of the enslaved people they put on that plantation. To this day, prisoners are forced to pick cotton, and other crops, while being watched by cops on horseback. They make as little as 4 cents an hour, which by definition is slave labor. Over 5,000 men are incarcerated at Angola, 70% for life, 75% are black. When you hear about for-profit prisons, this is what they're talking about. Slavery never went away, y'all. You just didn't read the fine print.
All right, man. So again, they got Jake still picking cotton to this day, man. And people will get mad at us, at camping on the highways and byways, looking at the slavery sign where we got Esau and slavery, man. They'll ignore the other slavery sign where it's depicting us in slavery, being hung from trees, getting whipped, and all of that. But they'll get mad at that sign of Esau going into slavery, man. But this is why these people going into slavery, man. For their crimes and wickedness against our people. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, man, they still have our people picking cotton, man. They still have our people, in slavery. It hasn't gone away yet, man. And regular 2/3 Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, they think just because now they got, they able to have houses and cars and jobs and quote unquote lives, that they forget all about their history, man. They, you know what I'm saying? You bring up slavery to a regular 2/3 Jake that's in the world, bro. They don't want to hear that. Not knowing that they still got our people in slavery to this day, man. But they get mad at us for, proclaiming that they going into slavery, man. Hardcore bondage. All right. So my first precept I want to get is Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. And it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, All right, so to this day, man, we are still in our captivity, man. Even if we not in them, still on those modern day plantations, you know, in those prisons, picking cotton and other crops, we are still in the land of our captivity, man. America, aka Babylon, man. You know, this second Egypt. We are still in the land of our captivity, man. We still serving our enemies. You work in these jobs, all of your money is going right back to your enemies and your oppressors, man. Whether it's by way of bills, you know, buying food, you know, just everything you make, man, goes right back to your enemies and oppressors, man. We are still in the land of our captivity, still subjected to their wickedness, their laws, their, man, literally everything. We are still in the land of our captivity to this day, man. This is not rest. This is not life. All right, and it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. All right, so ultimately, it's the Lord Yahweh Shemi Hawashah is doing, man. Us being here and scattered abroad amongst these other places, you know, not being in our land and as a nation as a whole, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we went against Yahweh Shemi Hawashah, man. We strayed from his laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? It tell you right in the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 15, I believe, you know, that if we do not keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, that certain curses will come upon us, man. You know, and scattered abroad into these other places and having our enemies and oppressors rule over us are part of those curses, man. You know? So ultimately, you know, what the scriptures tell you, despise not the chastening of the Lord, man, because ultimately the Lord, you know, did these things to us to correct us, man, not to destroy us. All right. And it says, without has scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from our which from departed from the Lord our God, man. All right. So ultimately, man, we in these conditions because our fathers, man, our forefathers, they strayed from the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right. So just like we are paying for the iniquity of our forefathers, man, so does Esau, man. These other nations, man. All right, they have to pay for the iniquity of their fathers, man, and the stuff that they still doing to this day, man. All right, the scripture tell you that roughly paraphrasing that uh unjust balance is an abomination to the Lord, roughly paraphrasing, you know. So he's not gonna allow these people to do these things to us and it not be done unto them, man. All right. Now my next precept, Salaki. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, starting at verse 7. All right. And it says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart, man. And the main point I wanted to get is surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. All right. Because, you know, those that's in this truth, man, we still see the oppression, man. We still see the wickedness, you know what I'm saying, of our enemies and oppressors. You know what I'm saying? But 2/3 Jake, man, it's like they are blinded to the history. They are blinded to the things that go on in this world, man. So, you know, they not mad. They comfortable in this life. They comfortable, you know what I'm saying, serving their enemies, man, being in the land of their captivity. All right, but those, you know what I'm saying, they got that spirit of Yahweh Shemi Hawashah, been in this truth. We still see that oppression, man. And it's a righteous anger we have, you know, because our people are still oppressed in this place, man. You know? And seeing this video and learning and knowing that our people are still made to pick cotton, man, and these other crops while being watched on horseback. And bro, that's a righteous anger that like kindles in you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau still not even I was gonna say Esau still playing that game, you know. And just imagine all the other horrors that go on in these prisons. But now you gotta freaking pick cotton and man, you know what I'm saying? This is something that anger you, man, because still to this day, man, 2022, our people still picking cotton on plantations. It's a prison now, but it's literally a plantation. You know what I'm saying? And it back at Esau again with like the semantics and word games because they called the prison as I believe he said his name Angola. You know what I'm saying? Which was the name of the plantation that the prison is built on. You know? So our people to this day are still on plantations picking cotton, man. Our people to this day are still subjected to slavery, you know? So when we say, man, Esau going into slavery along with these other nations, you know, it makes no sense to get mad at the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Look at the history. Look at what's going on today, man. These people have to pay for their atrocities, you know what I'm saying, their wickedness and they acts against our people, man. All right. And it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 21. All right, and it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, man. All right. So, man, it's a slaughter being prepared for these people, man. These Edomites, the so-called Caucasian race, but also these other nations, man, because they have had a hand in the persecution of our people as well, man. All right, it says prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, man. All right, so just like we are paying for the iniquities and transgressions of our forefathers, man, and we are the Lord's chosen people, why would he not have these heathens, those that he count as spittle, as nothing? Why would he not have them, you know, reap a judgment and a persecution as well, man? And theirs is going to be 100 times worse than what we receive. All right, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, man. All right. So, man, these people are going into hardcore slavery as well, man. But it's going to be worse than what we receive. All right. And a lot of them are going to be destroyed. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, or for the iniquity of their fathers, man. All right. This is the faith and the patience of the saints, man. Because they still got our people, man, on plantations picking cotton and various other crops to this day, man. They still got our people um subjected to slave labor, man. And again, this is the year 2022. All right. Salaki, I'm looking for another precept. All right, this is the book of Revelations, chapter 13. I'm sorry, verse 9. It says, if any man have a ear, let him hear. You know what I'm saying? We all got ears. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. All right. So it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, man. That's plain and simple. It's clear as day, man. All right. Esau and these other nations have led us into captivity, man, and have persecuted our people, man. So they shall go into captivity. Primarily Esau, but also these other nations have killed us with the sword, man. So they shall be killed with the sword. It's plain and simple, man. This is a just judgment coming to these people, man. And they still leading our people into captivity unto this day, man, on these modern day plantations, aka these for-profit prisons. Like this, man. And it's man, it's not even it don't even have nothing to do with feelings, man. This is prophecy. These are things that must come to pass. This and this is ordained by Yahweh Shemi Hawashah. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm gonna get the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, starting at verse 6. And it says, seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh Shemi Hawashah to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, man. All right. So it is a righteous thing for these people to receive a judgment and a punishment and persecution for what they have committed against our people, man, and still commit against our people to this day. It is a righteous thing. It has, man, it's all prophecy. It's all foretold in the scriptures, man. All right, we just the messengers. We just the readers. It was already ordained by Yahweh Shemi Hawashah. If you got a problem with the things that are being brought out with this truth, man, you got a problem with the Lord. All right, because we are literally his spokesman on this side, man. Everything we prophesy and proclaim and teach comes right out of the scriptures, man. So if you got a problem with what's coming out of these scriptures, ultimately you got a problem with Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. All right. Salakia, I'm looking for one more precept. Um, so, Salakia, I don't want to take too much time. I can't find it. But as I was just gonna get a precept where, roughly paraphrasing, it basically says, um, reward unto them double. Like our enemies and oppressors are gonna get double of what we receive, man. We was in slavery for 400 to 500 years, and still to this day, still in slavery. In the land of our captivity, man. But they only get double, man. Been in slavery for 1,000 years. All right. And then after that are going to be utterly slaughtered off the face of the earth, man. Going to be destroyed. All right, and that is a righteous thing according to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, man. All right. Select you. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. I'm starting at verse 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob," all right, Jacob, Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, "and will yet choose Israel," all right, "and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob," man. All right, and it says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives there were, and they shall rule over their oppressors," man. All right. So when we talk about these other nations, primarily Esau, going into slavery, hardcore bondage up under the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, that's straight out of the scriptures, man. That's something that's ordained by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, man. All right. And it says, "We shall rule over our oppressors." All right. Because, man, these are the people who have oppressed our people throughout history, man. To the days of old up until today, man, the year 2022. And until this place is destroyed, they're going to still have a hand of rulership over our people, man. So it's straight out of the scriptures that these people are going into slavery and captivity, man. You know? All right. And, the main point of this lesson is we are yet this day in our captivity, man. Because we are still in this wicked behind land America, man. We are still made subject to Esau laws and policies and rules. What I'm saying? We still got to work these jobs serving Esau, man. Like we are still in the land of our captivity, man. And on top of that, our people, because as in the video said, 75% of that prison population are Jakes, man. So still to this day, man, our people are on plantations, picking cotton, man, picking various other crops, being overseen and watched by Esau on horseback. The scriptures tell you, man, roughly paraphrasing, Salakia, I have seen servants upon horses, meaning Esau, man, and service upon horses, and princes walking the earth or walking the ground, roughly paraphrasing, man. That's still going on to this day, man. You got those servants, Esau on those horses, man, while the princes, you so-called Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, what I'm saying, are walking the earth, man, picking cotton, picking these other crops. To this day, man, this is year 2022, and it's still going on. All right, so Esau got to pay for that, man. All right. So again, the point of this lesson, just going back to the title, is we are yet this day in our captivity, man. And that's why we waiting on Yahweh Shemi Hawashab, what I'm saying, to free us up out of this place, man. redeem us and give us salvation from this place. All right. Matter of fact, back at Isaiah 14:3, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from thy hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, man. All right. So that's what we waiting on, man. The Lord to come back, and redeem us to this place, to give us salvation from this place, man. All right. To give us rest from our sorrow. All right. And from thy fear and from thy hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, man. All right. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.